There we go. Oh, let's go. The entire arsenal is coming out. That's what I'm talking about. That is so cool. What a legacy. Wow. You know what they say? Let's go. Yeah, okay, it's another... Nah, this has been absolutely incredible, I have to say. Whoa. So the gyro is only left or right at the moment, thankfully, which I think is better. Whoa. Yeah, look at that. Only thing is, if there's any more like jigsaw pieces and stuff, I've got to make sure I get them. PS2 is still, I think, my favorite overall. Still the one that had the most games that made an impact on me, I think. I think they give you a lot of leeway with this final one. Just as you said that. Yeah, but checkpoints and all that stuff. Gyroscopic stuff has never been my forte. There you go. They don't want you struggling too much on this finale. Whew. Getting closer. I need that. I need that. How am I supposed to get it? Do I have to redo the level now? No. No. PS Vita. Yeah, I think the final jigsaw piece is missing, unfortunately. Or one of the final ones. That's harsh, man. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get that. Okay. Wow. Get out of here. Again, I just could not know the timing. Yeah, see? Okay, back to this again. It's a weird little interlude. It's annoying that there's been like one shitty jigsaw piece. I mean, it's taken a lot to kill this guy, bloody hell. Been dealing with a stronger enemy than I thought. It just looked like one weirdo in a spaceship, but this is serious. So yeah, one piece missed there. I mean, this thing is OP. But so is a PS5, apparently. Okay, final boss time. Let's do it. Space Bully Nebulax. Okay, this is cool. Okay. Yes. Nice. Get out of there. Chaotic fellow. Just does not shut up. Yeah, so any you've used already, you can't get twice. Oh no, it's my least favorite one. They didn't use this one, I think, more than once in like the whole game. And that makes more sense to me now. I think this part of it probably remains the same regardless. Come on, still not enough? Nice. Okay, managed to get through the one that I like the least. He's not happy. Well, I guess he kind of is. He still thinks he has a chance. Maybe he does. Thank you, Aloy. Let's go. What is that? Oh, I lost a life, maybe? Oh, man. Hey, 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 hey! I mean, that could have been worse. Nah, I get to spin again, okay. Fine. Come on, Kratos. Let's go. Fido. Okay. Very well. What is this? But where's the magnet though? Oh. Did not realize it was even over there. I was waiting to see if there was maybe a symbol, but nothing came, so I was like, I don't know if I went too early. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're supposed to wait for that. Fine. Yeah, it's always those little idiots. That's fine. You can just ignore them. And that's the third one. And there we go. The final piece. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. A lot to process. The processor finally went in as well. Yeah, you guys deserve to celebrate after that performance. Or do we? Or do we? Not this time, buddy. Not this time, buddy. What the hell? This one's more of a full gyro situation, so I'd rather... I don't know if you're supposed to get enough of the projectiles and then you get a chance. What the hell? Dude, seriously, give it up. No. Come on, squad. No way! He sacrificed himself. Holy crap. Is he saying there's an Astro bot in all of us? Okay, this took an emotional turn. What the hell? What? Nah, no way. They wouldn't do us like that. They just wouldn't do that. Team Asobi, take a bow. What a game you guys have created. Yeah, that... There's no way this ends like this. There we go. And he's back. He'll be okay. He's the main character. No, come on, he'll be alright, he'll be alright. Yeah, let's put him back together. Yeah, he's saying, take my parts. There we go. This is what it means to be family. Wholesome stuff. Yeah, the last one they sped it up. They're like, you get the point. Almost there. Come on. No? The CPU cooking up a little something. There you go. There's our boy. Good as new. Yes. I have a massive stupid grin on my face. It's just been that kind of game. Now the credits may roll. Presented by Team Asobi. Fantastic. Credits clash. Okay. You knew they were going to do something for the credits here. Oh my god. So, so good. I always love a creative credit sequence. And, well, would you have expected anything less? So good. I just don't want to die during the credit sequence, that would be a little bit lame. This is awesome though. It's a wonderful sequence. Art direction, a particular shout out to these guys, they've done an incredible job. It's an absolute celebration, this game, it really is. I mean, if the ending credits is anything to go by, that's just the attitude they've had. Truly is a celebration of Sony, of course, but also a celebration of gaming. It really is. It's brilliant. Of course. Got to be up there, one of the best ending credit sequences I've ever seen. And this is why, like, these kind of things should happen more, because this is exactly the kind of thing that literally makes gaming so special. This is the kind of thing you just can't do in movies, right? You know, if gaming is supposed to be an interactive medium, I think this should happen a lot more. Credits where you actually play through. Yes, okay, maybe it means that you don't concentrate on the names as much, but let's be honest, other than people who literally worked on the game or friends and family who did, like, who is truly going to be concentrating on the names in the credits? This is just brilliant. And I will always forever say that more games need to do this. It's a sensational finish to what has been a sensational game. It really has. Okay. Sure, I'll take that. Oh yeah, the sound design team as well. Seriously, man, take a bow. The sound design team have been absolutely amazing. The music in this game been absolutely brilliant. Been some kind of like amazing fusion of just absolute kind of fun, silly stuff mixed with like just really good funky music, great sound design, the sound effects and stuff in the game, the VFX, all of it just like so impressive. So impressive. And you doesn't get more wholesome than that. What a game. What an absolute gem of a game. It honestly, for this genre, it really doesn't get much better than this. This truly is about as good a game as you can get for this kind of genre. Absolutely sensational. Loved it. And so now, of course, yes, you can have your long credits. But in general, I think making these skippable, all of that kind of stuff, they really got it right. They basically got everything right. Pretty much as close to getting everything right as you can imagine. And so yeah, bit of behind the scenes stuff here as well. Okay, I'm not going to dwell too long on this one in terms of like review stuff. Honestly, it's, for me, as I've said, for the genre, it's about as close to perfect as it can be. For what it's trying to achieve, I think it's about as perfect a game as you could imagine. It looks fantastic. There's great diversity in all of the environments. The quality is great, like in terms of the way the game runs, the way the game plays. It all felt excellent. You can tell it's been really polished and really well developed. I didn't notice almost anything that I would consider a bug, like pretty much almost nothing. No weird like glitching or anything like that. And considering how many different mechanics they've thrown into this game and the amount of different levels and the designs and all that kind of stuff, I think that's a great achievement. I think if I had to kind of sum it up as shortly as possible, it truly is to me like a quality over quantity game. It's so much shorter than a lot of what comes out these days at full price, And these days, like, a lot of people's gut reaction to that is that it's bad value, or that like it's not worth it, it's not as good a game or whatever. But this game, in my opinion, just trumps so many games that have double, triple, quadruple, 5 times the runtime, because it's just pure condensed fun and joy into like 15-20 hours, however long it takes you to do all of it. And for me, like, this game truly is, this is what gaming's all about. You know, like, if you take away, of course, my own preferences for like cinematic gaming, going on like a journey with a group of people, or like a protagonist and the story and all that kind of stuff, for me that's like, of course, you know, my absolute favorite games of all time tend to always have that aspect to it. But if we're talking about what makes gaming special and what makes gaming fun at its most fundamental level, it's games like this. It's like, you know, the platformer style, the things that's more geared around just sort of enjoying yourself and, you know, not having too much of like a story going on or anything like that. And this game just has an absolute pureness to it that is just contagious. It's like everyone I know that's watched it or that's played it so far has basically had the same thing to say. And as soon as I saw that it hit like a 94 or something on Metacritic on day one, from like 97 critics reviews or something, I was like, okay. Like, I knew that they were already onto something from Astro from like the few little levels and stuff that they had. But what they brought here, like the richness of the levels and the gameplay and the variety, the collaborations, the wholesomeness, the music, you know, the cute little moments, the details, like, you know, you got crabs with like dustpan and brushes on the beach and stuff. It's just like everything in this game just felt so deliberate. And we just got a little post-credit scene here. Let me just watch this before continuing. I mean, the alien's still looking fresh after that beating up. He's the only one that still looks fresh. Wow. Okay. That's the end, my friends. So I'm going to head, obviously, back to... oh, wait, what's this? I guess you can replay that finale again. New galaxy discovered. Now you can reenact the thrilling final battle as often as you like. Okay. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is head back in here and just finish up talking a little bit about the game. And I'll definitely end the session here and then come back a little bit to try and clear up anything I haven't done yet. But yeah, the entire squad is there. All 300 of us. So we're literally missing one from that final sequence. That's so annoying. But that's the golden statue. Congratulations. Why congratulations? You rid the world of that evil bully and saved the day, but there are still many lost spots to rescue. Can you find them all? That's not technically true. I did find them all, no? But yeah, as I was saying, attention to detail. In this game, it felt like every single thing that's been placed into this game is there for a reason. You know, either it adds something to the gameplay experience, it adds something to the art direction and the visuals, or it adds a charm, adds a bit of charm, adds some humor to the game, like whatever it might be. Everything just felt like, down to the smallest thing, it felt like they put time and effort into making sure it was there for a reason and that it added something to the game. And in that sense, like, there's very few games that can achieve that. And I think the reason that partly it can do that is, again, because the game is not 100 hours long, like 80 hours long or whatever, you know? And for me, at least, that's still been, I think, it's just so well, like, the consistency of this game has been so good. Every single level has been good at worst, you know? Like, good is like the worst. Like 7 to 7.5 out of 10 for a level has been the absolute worst. But the average level has been like 8.5, 9 out of 10, just the average. And there's been a few 10 out of 10s in there as well. So like, most of the collaboration levels I think were just brilliant. Some of the levels, like the shrinking level was absolutely insane. I love that level. The one with the sponge, just like that, I just never in a million years would I thought I would play a game that involved your character being a sponge, and then you jump into like water and you chop and change between your big kind of soaked up like sponge form and all that kind of stuff. Like that kind of thing is just like, it was just immense. I couldn't believe that there was a level like that. The big underwater level I really enjoyed as well. There were just definitely like a 4 or 5, no, more than that, honestly, more than 4 or 5 levels that were a 10 out of 10. So the consistency was unbelievable. Yeah, just again, the music, just the sound design, all of that stuff. Like, so much of this game they got right. It really exceeded my expectations. I was expecting something good and something fun, something around maybe like Little Big Planet level. That was always a good fun game that you could, that one at least you could play with the family and friends and like little kids and that kind of thing. And it had a lot of charm and a lot of heart. Stephen Fry narration, like really good little game. But this is right up there with the absolute best I think that's ever been made in terms of its genre. It's definitely in with a shout for Game of the Year for certain categories and that kind of thing. I think just the sheer like consistency and pure fun and inventiveness and charm of this game is going to go a long way, and it's found its way into the hearts of many. And I do think it's going to be a game that's going to stand the test of time. And Sony are probably going to continue to support it. They've already released, they're going to release new levels, speedrun levels. I think people are going to speedrun this. There's going to be like other stuff happening, more levels, expansions to come in the future. And it's just, they've truly achieved something special. I mean, when you think about what this game actually is, it's, you know, if you look at it from the most kind of cold corporate lens, this is Sony basically creating literally a PR product out of a game. Like, the entire thing is obviously Sony, it's the PlayStation, it's all of its products, it's everything. It's the biggest, it's the most kind of overt marketing game maybe ever made. Like, that's what it is at its most kind of cold corporate level. But that's not, I don't think, how anyone should look at this game. I mean, when you've played this game and you've enjoyed it, what you see is this is just a love letter to gaming in general, right? And to obviously all of the franchises that have been on Sony over the years. And that's much more the feel that I get from it. It's much more of a, you know, a celebration of gaming and a love letter to gaming. But the way that they've achieved that, despite the entire premise being around a stranded PS5 and like putting together all the parts of the PS5, and it being such a, you know, an overt Sony game and like a marketing thing, it's unbelievable. It really is. And so I'm just incredibly impressed. And this game is definitely one of the best games I've played for a while, and it's right up there with some of the best. And so yeah, amazing. A few little points, I guess. Honestly, I think there wasn't anything I straight up disliked about this game. For me, it's not like, oh, the game wasn't long enough, or I wish there were more levels. Honestly, for what the game had, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I kind of know that there's going to be more to come in the future. I always knew. Like, it just, from playing like the first hour or two, it was very clear that this is a game that's not just going to be a one and done. And they're going to do more of this game in the future. And so definitely, I think it's good value. I truly do believe that. Does that mean that everyone should get it on release day? No, I think if you're a little bit more, if you've already got a whole bunch of stuff to play, or, you know, finances are a little bit more tight, obviously just wait until it gets like half price or less or whatever, and then it'll be even better value. But for anyone who paid full price for it, like, were you ripped off? I really don't think so. Like, this was, you know, 15 to 20 hours of seriously, absolutely A+/S tier platform fun gaming. And for me, like, that's, if you look at the way game prices are now in general and inflation and stuff, I don't think it's a rip-off by any means. So I'm definitely just really impressed. I think the things I would say that kind of, for me at least, held it back from being like a perfect game, like a 10 out of 10 perfectly kind of game, I think, I still think when the game got difficult, it was still very good, but I don't think it was as good as like the rest of the game. I just don't think, even though most of the difficult stuff was optional, it still felt to me like it didn't take much away from the game, but didn't really add much either. And for me, as someone who does like challenging stuff, I feel like it didn't move the needle that much for me. I think the mechanics are so much more designed around, again, just like fun, pure gaming, entertainment, silliness, and just that kind of thing, that when they try to fuse that with difficulty and like true like tough platforming, I feel like it doesn't quite hit the spot that the normal stuff does. So if they could have found some ways to engineer some more levels that could kind of fuse together that what they do with the main levels and the difficult levels, that finds some middle ground, a few more optional levels like that, I think that probably for me personally would have been like even better. Again, I wouldn't put these down as like big criticisms, just anything that that stops it from being, say, like an absolute perfection, 100 out of 100 kind of game. That's one thing. Two, I would say, on the one hand, I absolutely love the fact that everything is so telegraphed for you in terms of what you need to do, what you need to find, what did you miss, what didn't you miss. I think all of that stuff is brilliant, and it's generally a big plus point for the game. And it's part of the reason I did so much for this game. Being able to track as you're going along a level, like what you've missed roughly, and whereabouts it should be, that kind of thing, is very, very helpful. And generally just an excellent addition to the game. But I think sometimes part of the magic of these games is finding things that you weren't expecting to find. So, for example, with the whole portal thing, you always know that there's a portal in a level, and so you're already expecting to go in and find one, and if you don't, you're kind of specifically searching for it and that kind of thing. I think if you had the ability to find some more things like completely organically, and it was a pure surprise, like you didn't know that you were going to be warped somewhere else in that level, because the game didn't tell you that there's already a portal in that, I think a few surprises like that would have also gone a long way. I think, yes, that's a little bit of bias from, say, games like Crash Bandicoot Warped, where things like that could happen. And I still think for me, like, Crash Bandicoot Warped is probably still my favorite platform of all time. I can't say I played many, as you guys know, but that game for me is still probably my favorite. But that's riddled with a ton of nostalgia. But if I had to think of that game, and things I remember from that game that I wish were in this one a little bit more, I think that's also one of the small things I would have liked to have seen. Just some more stuff where the game doesn't telegraph to you that that's present and that's going to happen in the level if you find it. Some more like genuine surprises like that, I think, would have felt very cool to find, I think. So that's another thing. I think other than that, probably like out of the levels that I played, the one with the kind of the monkey long grabbing arms thing, some of the gyroscopic stuff, I still like, I don't like it that much. I understand why it needs to be in the game. Obviously the PS5 controller has those capabilities, and so the entire point of the game as a kind of a PS5 propaganda product, I guess in that sense, is to show off everything that the controller can do. And if that involves gyroscopic stuff, obviously that's what you've got to do. And so I understand. And again, did it really detract from the game? I wouldn't say so. But if they theoretically were to replace that with stuff that didn't involve that, or that maybe utilize it a little better, I think that would have also pushed it a tiny bit more closer to being absolutely perfect. I think I would have liked some more of these. Like, it would have been nice if every single one of these skins that every single bot that we capture could also be used as a skin. I don't know if they're licensing issues, I don't know how all of that stuff works, but again, just on a personal level, like the selection's cool, but I would have loved to have just been Kratos, like from here on, or Aloy, or, you know, it could be anything. Obviously there's so many characters that you pick up, like Crash Bandicoot. I have to imagine it's probably a bit of a licensing thing, but then you'd imagine, like, well, you know, Bloodborne is there, Gran Turismo is there, like how difficult could that have been? But I think that's one thing. Again, I was a little bit disappointed considering how much of the game focuses on like finding all of these like crazy bots like all over the world. The fact that you can't then basically kind of just reskin as them, because they're all literally in the same, their skeleton is all the same. So the fact that you can't is a little bit weird to me. So that would have been nice. But I think that's about it. Like, off the top of my head, without trying to really deliberately spend a lot of time to think hard and nitpick, I think those are the ones I can relatively quickly just reel off without thinking too much about it. And so yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Overall, just an absolutely brilliant game, and really exceeded my expectations. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it as well. Based on the comments that I've gotten up until this point, like everyone who's watched a bit of the series so far has commented on just like how fun the game looks and how much they like the look of it, and that they're considering playing themselves, those with PS5s. I think there's definitely a lot of people still waiting for it to come down in price, and as I've said a bunch of times, that's fine. But I do truly implore people to play this game. It's great for like stress relief. You've had a long day, you want to just play something that's just going to put a smile on your face, just about the fun. Maybe you're in the middle of playing something very intense, like something that's very like taking a long time, or it's very difficult, that's frustrating, or whatever it might be. You can always escape to this, enjoy this for like an hour or two. It's just such a great game for so many of those kinds of purposes. It's a great first game if you have a kid or like a cousin or a very young sibling, or like a a partner, parent, whoever it might be. Like this is a great like first game. You know, if you want to get into the world of gaming, this is a great place to start. This is the kind of game that's very accessible to a lot of people, and I just feel like it's just so pure, it's so fundamental that I feel like a lot of people who've never played a video game before could play this game and get something from it and be like, actually, video games aren't so bad. Maybe it's worth, trying some more games and that kind of thing. I do think this game has that quality to it, and there's not many that do. And so I think I'm going to round things off here. Thank you all so much for watching the series so far. I will be back with a little bit of, I guess, post-game technically, and we'll be trying to see if we can pick up a Platinum Trophy for this title, a rare Platinum Trophy on the channel. But that's how much I've enjoyed this game. And so we'll be back soon with more. Thank you all for watching. Take care.